Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. Today we're going to get started on the Mezco 112 Collective Superman Mail of Steel Tin Can Edition. It's not called Tin Can Edition. It is called Man of Steel Edition. But it comes in a tin can. I'll show pics at the end. Hey, so I gotta say I'm really enjoying this, and while it may not be everyone's cup of tea because everyone nitpicks everything, and that's okay because that's your opinion, I thoroughly like it. I've played with it, so it has some run in with the suit because I've actually been really enjoying my time with it. It has a literal shit ton of accessories, which is crazy because it's one of those things where this is going to be a longer video than usual, so I want you guys to enjoy. So I try to fill it out, and I don't have a ton of McFarlane stuff, so forgive me the size comparison. But I gotta say, I am thoroughly enjoying this Superman, which is a mix between like John Byrne, a little bit of Gary Frank. It definitely has that musculatory Superman feel. Now, the biggest problem that I know that some people are going to have is that it's not as big as they would like it to be. But I like the nice little medium in between. It's like, this is really nice. I also like the drape down cape, although I do prefer my wires in the end for that extra flow of love. But I do like the drape down cape for the feel of it, to give it that Boy Scout feel that it's supposed to have. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. Otherwise, it's one of those things where it's rough to really try to pinpoint what you would want out of Superman, especially because all the changes he has been through have been minor or major enough to drastically change the appearance of the character. Like at one point, people were mad he didn't have trunks anymore. Now here we are, back to loving trunks again. But look wise, I think it has that bold face, that smirk, that smile, which I have always enjoyed. I love a Superman with a smile, so that's always an A1 for me. And then articulation wise, it has that nice blend of musculatory like feel, but also like I just think the only thing that's missing is like a butterfly joint, but everything else is really nice. Now cape wise, like I said, no drape down, but we do have wired here, and it works in a nice flow. So when you wire it like this, well, sorry, when you pose it like this, it actually holds up pretty well, as you can see, the nice flow. If it was like done at the bottom, we would have been able to like make it flow in the wind. I would have loved that. Now arm wise, we can actually hit a T pose with no problem. We have bicep swivel. We have a beautiful double joint here, so we can actually hit a very beautiful pose. Now head articulation, this is where it gets crazy, right? Because Superman has his own neck inside each of the head pegs. It's all in there to give it that room, and the neck is pretty wide. It's like really big, but that's because when you do that, it'll give you room ball joint wise, so you can get flight poses. So look at that. Like I didn't have to change anything in the torso. It was straight up. We were able to hit flight poses. Now when I was able to now push it back, this is perfect flight pose. Let's actually get our arms down and forward because we can actually get them all the way up. So look at that. Up, up, and away. Now we have a beautiful flight pose. This is actually a terrible flight pose, I won't lie to you, but you get the drift of what I'm doing. Look at that. Let's actually rotate the sleeve here. Look at that. Really, really beautiful. I really like the Boy Scout nature of this. Now, like I said, we can move backwards. As you can see, it looks really good on the torso here for a flight pose. And in bending forward, we have a beautiful forward crunch as well. And we can tilt to the side beautifully here too. As far as our legs go, we can lift it up to 90 degrees. We do have a thigh swivel. We have a beautiful double knee joint. And I think for the first time, we actually have really good ankles on a Superman that's not like a Mafex, right? So, although I will say this, for some of you who nitpick, and again, no gripe to me, but if you're going to nitpick, I know you're not going to like the way the neck peg stands out just a little bit, but when you're posing it, like I said, it's going to look really, really good. But it's going to be tough for some of you to ignore that, because I know that's a big thing for you. But posing as Superman is a true delight. Like, I'm really having a good time. Like, other than the Mafex, this is like a really good time with the Superman, no lie. So yeah, really beautiful, really nice. And now I'm going to take most of the video to talk about our accessories. So let's take a second to do that, and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, now we're onward to accessories. I guess we'll do hands first. Let's knock that out of the way. So let's do hands first. Here we will get a set of flight hands. Let's get that. Oh, there we go. So we have our flight hands, which are always a go-to. Beautiful Superman staple. Then we have some more open, relaxed. Well, I wouldn't call these relaxed, but these are more like open action hands that we get. We get on our right hand. We get a little bit more open. Oop, focus is not there. There we go. Come on, focus. There we go. So we have a little bit more open action here on the right hand, whereas the left hand's a little bit more open and relaxed, right? Then we have grabby grab hands. These are your grabbing action hands, and focus is on Superman constantly. So yeah, let's fix that. There we go. These are your grabbing steel beams. And these hands are much softer than our previous Superman, as you can see here, right? You actually have a easier time with these. And then we have, these are your actual gripping for item hands, right? And these items include stuff like holding, I don't know why focus on little items are always such a difficult thing. These are going to be for like grabbing the Phantom Zone projector, items, things like that. Whichever one you choose to for that. But they are open and soft, which does make it easier for you to add items to it. So keep that in mind. Next up, we're going to do our head sculpts. And this is pretty cool because we actually have a lot of head sculpts. Outside of our straight up neutral one that you'll see there, I really enjoy the surprise Superman face. This is a beautiful sculpt. I think it's done really, really well. This feels like comic art to me. It is definitely open surprise sculpt, like that shocking, oh no, what happened? Right? Then we have this beautiful grit teeth sculpt. This is an angry Superman. Down and out, definitely fighting for his life. Kind of like that War World shot by Mikhail Janin. Oh, then we have the beautiful, beautiful full-on smile sculpt. This one is A1. I love it when a Superman sculpt comes with a smiling head. It just looks fantastic. Next up, you have a more peeved off Superman. This is our stoic and peeved, stern Superman face. The Boy Scout indeed. It's like that animated episode when he's like, you mean Santa brought the presents. He's scolding Pa Kent. Now, next up, we also have these two neck sculpts are really dope because then we have our eye laser sculpt, which obviously there's no eye laser in there, but it's more like a grit teeth to it. And we have two different eye beam effects, whereas we have our smaller eye effect. And you can actually take this off in case you just want to show the eye lasers, or you can just pop this on the end to even it out. And you can just wiggle this in and look. The best part about this is that it actually holds on to the weight of the head, and this is why the neck peg joint was also done like this. It also gives a better sense of what's going on with Superman. There we go. So it looks beautiful. And again, you can hold it up, do flight poses, things like that. And I'm going to wiggle it back out because this is it on its regular form, but we can also have a full-blown FX blast, like when he lets loose. This is a full-blown blast effect. Let's wiggle this in. And the thing about this is, like I said, for the most part, it can hold up. I know you can't see it because there, but as you can see, he is holding it with his neck with no problem. And it doesn't, like, knock down over time, which is what I'm very excited about. Like, it definitely holds up really, really well. Right? Look at that. Looking right at you, holding in whatever position you would like it to. There we go. So yes, really, really nice. And last but not least, we have our light up sculpt. I know some people saw this previously on my IG. So what happens with this is you actually can, this one sits on a different type of ball joint. You're going to gently lift out from where the mouth is and lift outward, as I'm doing here. And I do mean gently. Please don't like pull it out excessively. Right? Then we have this. You will get this tiny piece here. And with the help of this piece, this is going to help you turn on the switch. Unless you have really long nails, then it's like super easy for you. It even has a little tiny Mezco symbol on it, which is pretty dope. Then you're going to just, and voila, they light up. And now we're going to pop it back into the sculpt. right? So we can see our light up effect. I'm going to try to put it back in evenly. There we go. And it lights up really, really well. Look at that. Beautiful. It's fantastic. Delicious. Now, I'm actually going to pop this head off. Oop, see? I'm going to just wiggle that out. I'm going to turn this off, and we're going to talk about the rest of our accessories because we still have more to cover. Like I said, it is a lot. So let's take a quick breather and go on to part 2, just in case you need a break. I'm good to go, though. All right, we're going to continue our accessories. Let's try to pop on a nice sculpt here, right? Let's wiggle our arm out just a little bit because now we're going to talk about 2 more things. Well, actually, a lot more things, but here we are with our punch effects. These are going to be your punching effects, adding some force to it. They actually can open up in case you need to not you feel like they're not fitting. You can actually just slide that on and open it up. Now you have some punch effects. I like that they're semi-translucent as well, so that means you can add some light through it. You will also get a phantom zone projector. Classic Superman stuff. You'll also get various forms of kryptonite and a form to bottle it. Now, green always goes into the middle because it literally has a slightly different peg, whereas the rest of them can go in any other form. But if I take out a different one, as you'll see here, you see the rest of them have different pegs, whereas his has a little half slanted circle there. And the best part, knock down the camera. The best part about this is it actually comes with lenses to put right over. I'm not going to put them all on, but I am going to show you. Look at that. So you can keep them bottled and protected, so that way you ain't out there hurting yourself, right? You will also get a Starro piece to put over Superman's face or any other one else's face that you want. It should fit over Superman's with no problem. I can't remember which side is up, to be honest, because Starro is Starro. But the point is, it does fit on there. I'm actually going to... There it is. So yes, it does fit on Superman's head. Let's actually leave that on for a little bit because that's funny. So there we are with the Starro face. Next up, we also still have our classic bulletproof effects. As you can see, they actually are magnetized here to his chest. You will get 3 of them. Let's see if we could try different spots here. Right? Yep, there we go. Looking good. Let's remove these 3. Last but not least, one of the coolest ones we will get, probably one of the greatest issues of Superman ever. We do get the Black Mercy, which, wow, I wish we would get a Mongol. I know we have an ugly Mongol now from McFarlane, but I didn't get one yet, unfortunately, so I won't be doing any Mongol shots. I would love to do some. All of the long parts actually are on a soft bendy wire, so they can attach to Superman or anyone else for that matter that you may want to. So as you can see here, you can wrap them, make the plant walk on its own, do whatever you want. But the soft bendy wire will allow you to get really, really Superman-y with it. And I really do hope I get a Mongol soon, because that'll be dope. And then you can just flay them back out to their normal poses with little to no issues. There we go. Looking good. Fancy, fancy. Now, without further ado, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, and I'm going to try to get as many things that I can compare for Superman for a size comparison. Hope you guys enjoy. I will see you in a second. Alright guys, now we're going to jump into size comparison. I might have to break it down into 2 parts because there's a lot. There's a lot to compare. It took me a while to gather everything anyway. So first, I guess we should start with the Mezco Superman. Let's go with the 2 Supermen that were released previously through them. Here we are with their first take on Superman, which is actually significantly smaller, which I didn't realize until I just put him out. He is actually smaller. This one is a tad bit bigger. Chest looks a little bit smaller, but the arms are way more proportioned in terms of our Superman here. So yeah, although I did like the first one, when I compare it up to this new one, it just doesn't hold a candle to it, and I think I like the new one a lot more. Then we're going to talk about Ree's Superman, which I did not review, but I enjoy very much that I have it on display. And you can see here, this is taking on an actor's likeness, which is a little bit different. And I feel like they found that happy medium in between with their new one. While the Reed's one is taller, I really do enjoy this comic one more, and that's because I have more affinity towards the comic than I do anything else, and everybody knows that about me. But before I forget, here we are with Mezco's Dark Side. Now you can see the two, and I feel like this is like a proper assessment of these two. I feel like this is perfect. Not too big, not too small. Even though Darkseid can change his sides, I think he looks really good with the comic one next to him to just kind of fit that feel. Now we're going to compare with other Supermen that I have, slash Bizarros, because for McFarlane I only have a Bizarro. So here he is next to Hush Superman, which a lot of people like, but this is based off of Jim Lee's art in a Batman comic of Superman that fits, the whole Jim Lee vibe, and I feel that. Some people like this version, and I'm okay with that, right? And as you can see, the Mafex is a bit taller, but I think in terms of build, the Mezco is the buffer, obviously. But here we are with that the Frank Miller style of Superman from Dark Knight's Return. Again, a Superman in a Batman comic. So again, this is the overly sized drawn muscles and things like that, but both are from comics. So now you can pick and choose which version of the comics that you would like. Right? Now, I got one more Superman here. Then we're going to jump into a Bizarro. Here is our new 52 version of Superman from Kyoto Revoltech. This is probably the meanest of all three of the Supermen so far. Again, a little bit bigger. Mezco seemed to be a little bit smaller, but I think it works for a Superman, especially one that is supposed to be super. And then now we have McFarlane's 7-inch line. And I chose Bizarro because, again, he's the one McFarlane I have. I actually don't mind Bizarro being ridiculously big, considering most of the time he's like hunched over and things like that. So yeah, I don't mind him being a little bigger. Hopefully I get some cool photos out of it. Now we're going to jump into the Mezco Justice League that I have so far. So here we are with some Mezcos to compare against Superman. I'm going to try to lay them all out if I can get them all together. So here we are with Green Lantern, Aquaman, if you get the joke, hopefully. Here we are with Batman. For those of you that are new to the channel and may stumble across this, Batman has a custom cape. For those of you who will be asking. And Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman! Sorry, I can never not do that. Right? So here we are so far with my Mezco Justice League, and you can interchange your 6th and 7th member, because depending on which version or iteration of the Justice League you would like, right? So here's the 5 that I have out right here with me. So yeah, again, I think he's a little on the buffer side, but he may be undersized to some people, but also Batman's tactical boots give him some extra height. But he may be undersized for some of you, but I like it. I really, really like it where it is. I do. But, while I'm at it, hold on. Before I forget, I did find my Brainiac, though, because I didn't want to forget that. Here we are with, I believe, what is the last of DC Direct at this point. Here we are with Brainiac. And Brainiac, again, he's gigantic, too, especially when you go by the Gary Frank design, which this is based off of, in the Action Comics. I'm here for it. And now let's break down part 2, because now we're going to break it down to things that are not DC related. So let's get to it. All right, now part 2 for the size comparison. And I was wrong. There will be 2 more DC comparisons. Let's do them first. I have the Storm Collectibles Dark Side, in case you want to get that new 52 style in, or that Injustice style, because depending on which version of the skin you're playing or whatever, there's choices. And then we have Doomsday. Can't forget my homie Doomsday. Both of these are from Storm Collectibles. As you can see, both of them are indeed gigantic, and they make Superman look abysmally tiny. Right? So I just want to make sure I put those guys in there, because they will be in photos, and then somebody will ask, why didn't I put it in size comparison? And it's mostly because I forgot. Here we are with a Mythic Legions. So here we are with a Mythic Legions Gladiator, in case you want to do some War World fun, right? And this, for some reason, this Gladiator gives me the excellent idea of doing a Magog custom out of a Mythic Legion. I feel like Magog would be perfect on this scale type body. And if you don't know who Magog is, go read Mark Waid's Kingdom Come, drawn by Alex Ross. Here we are with an Action Force Valaverse, in case you need some guards at Star Labs and you want to use them. Get a nice little comparison between the two. Right? Next up, here we are with a G.I. Joe Classified, in case you want to do a G.I. Joe team up with the Justice League. Right? Here's Stalker. Next up, for those of you that are going to do JLA Avengers, here we are with Captain America, the two Boy Scouts. And I feel like those two are perfect for each other. Perfect hangout. I feel like those two would have an excellent time doing, like, just nothing but playing cards, playing spade. Or they wouldn't even play spades. They would probably play goldfish, knowing those two. Or poker. Here we are with an SHF. So here's SHF Kamen Rider Revice. Last but not least, here is a Lightning Collection Blue Ranger from Kyotoger, aka I believe it's Dino Charge in America. Right? So yes, I think I'm done. But I did have a good time, and I like that because I feel really good about reviewing this Superman. I feel like Superman does not get enough love, and this is an excellent representation of him. I really, really like it. I feel like I'm going to get super Boy Scouty with it, like saving cats and out of trees and stuff. I'm super excited about stuff like this. So, oh, and for that missing league member of the league that I had, it was Flash. I had him over here somewhere, but I just totally forgot. I'm not even gonna lie, I spaced. So I'm not even gonna front. So, if this is any indication, please give us a Martian Manhunter for those who the DC gods, Mezco gods. Give me a Martian Manhunter. I would absolutely love one. Please, please do. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching, sticking around through this really long video. Most of all, enjoying comics, toys, things of our fandom. I hope that you are getting someone into the fandom, and hopefully they're enjoying it the way we all should be enjoying it, in the best sense of the words. And please, as always, be good, do good, drink your water, guys. Later.